that you got justice for the Boston bomber. You understand? Give Boston a round of applause because they got justice for the death of their loved ones. Well, don't be mad at me, Mr. White Man, when I want justice for the black and Hispanics. You understand that? I want justice for the bones of the native Indians that you're walking on.
I.S.U.P.K.
Listen, God hate white people. You understand? This is not me saying that I hate white people. God hate white people. You understand?
Who are you to interpret God?
I'm not interpreting God. It's in the Bible.
Where?
Give me Romans 9 and 13.
He asked a great question. But he said, hate is not the way. So what should we do then, Mr. White Man? Grant us, bless us with your infinite wisdom.
This is the Body Bag Session.
Hate's not the way. What should I do?
No, we're the same color.
I'm not worried about complexion. That's where you went off. What should we do? Answer the question. If hate's not the way, what should we do?
I don't have all the answers, but I know hate
You don't got all the answers. Hate is not the way.
Absolutely.
No? Okay. Well, this is what I want to know. Why wasn't hate the way after the Boston bomber, you understand, blew up the Boston Marathon? Hate is only not the way when it affects white people. When we talk about the justice for the crimes that they committed against black and Hispanics. But when crimes are committed against the white man, guess what happens? The Boston bomber and his brother have to die. His brother was put to death. They found the younger one. They captured him. Guess what? I guarantee you he gets the death penalty. Hate is not the way when it comes down to white school shooters. A white boy runs up inside with an AR-15, guns down all of his classmates, and he gets to leave alive. But Tamir Rice, a 11-year-old boy played with a toy gun, and he died. Because hate is permissible when it's against a nigger or a spick, Salakia. But not when it's against a lily white man. You understand that? A black man was living inside of his own house when a white woman went in there drunk and shot him dead, but she was a police officer, so it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
This is what I want to know. Where is all this forgiveness and hate is not the way for Osama bin Laden? You understand? Listen, this is what I want to know. Listen, it's good that you got justice for the Boston bomber. You understand? Give Boston a round of applause because they got justice for the death of their loved ones. Well, don't be mad at me, Mr. White Man, when I want justice for the black and Hispanics. You understand that? I want justice for the bones of the native Indians that you're walking on. You can't have downtown crossing without walking on the bones of the North American Indians. Absolutely ridiculous. Every time we come out here and try to talk about black and Hispanic unity, love, and justice for all people, there's always a white man that says, hate is not the way. Can't we all just get along? Tell that to the NYPD. You understand? Why didn't you forgive Osama? Why didn't you forgive Saddam Hussein, who wasn't even behind the terrorist attacks? Why didn't you forgive the Boston bomber? You want to know why? Because it's every race's right to want to get justice for crimes committed against them. So we're going to have our right, whether you like it or not.
That's right.
Straight up and down. Every time I come out here, man, every goddamn time, there's always some white boy who wants to come up. You know why? Because realistically, you don't want to charge yourself. Realistically, this is the problem. Ugly people hate mirrors. You know why ugly people hate mirrors? It reveals them. They start to see who they really are.
Right.
In America, there was some devil that came over here earlier calling this reverse racism. I haven't gentrified any neighborhoods. We haven't lynched anybody. Go look up the I.S.U.P.K's criminal history under Commanding General YAHANNA. Guess what? There is none. We don't get arrested. We don't get convicted. Matter of fact, every time somebody tries to come against us, what happens? We win the lawsuit. You want to know why? Because first and mostly the Most High is with us. But secondly, we are not criminals like the founding fathers of America.
Right.
You understand? We are not criminals like Sam Adams, like Thomas Jefferson. We are not slave owners like George Washington. You understand that? They talk about make America great again. America was never great. America was great before 1492. Before Columbus sailed the ocean blue. When this was a North American Indian paradise. When the so-called Mexicans didn't have to worry about a border and they can cross freely because California was Mexico.
That's right.
You understand that? Arizona is Mexico. New Mexico is Mexico.
That's right.
This ain't your land. You want to know a real illegal immigrant? White man, look at your reflection. You're the true illegal immigrant. This ain't your land. You are a murderer. You are a rapist. You are a pirate. That's what you are. Come on, man. And you call this reverse racism. It's not reverse racism to talk about the crimes that were committed against my people and to want justice for it. Because that fake Jew, nobody is mad at him for being angry with Hitler. Nobody is mad at him. Listen, let me tell you something. They say let the bygones be bygones. But to this day, the Jewish man is still hunting war criminals. Still hunting Nazi war criminals who are 90 to 95 years old. And guess what? They want the full extent of the law and the charges pressed against them for the pain of their ancestors. 9/11, never forget, slavery was so long ago. 9/11, never forget, Pearl Harbor Memorial Highways. But guess what? When it comes down to my people's pain, our slavery, the lynchings against us, when it comes down to Mike Brown, Akai Gurley, when it comes down to all the brothers who died on camera, modern day lynchings, we gotta forget about it. Damn that. Don't tell me that there is another way. This is the problem though. You know why the white man doesn't want us to hate him? Because his hatred is unrighteous. His hatred has a black or Hispanic man swinging from a tree, dangling by the neck from a rope. You understand that? His hatred is persecution. His hatred is murder, is theft, is rape. This is what I'm saying. Black man, do not marry a white woman. Hispanic man, do not marry a white woman. There's nothing more beautiful than a black and Hispanic woman. The hell, you know how Kim Kardashian got that behind? Plastic surgery. That is not what her mama gave her. It's not what her other mother gave her, Bruce Jenner. It is not. Straight up and down. But that's who the hell Kanye West wants to be. Because what he's saying, when he get on, he leave that ass for a white girl. Because we forget to value our women. We forget to value our brothers. Listen, sisters, don't get brainwashed by scandal. Thinking you're going to marry a white man and he's going to be the president of the United States. When the president of the United States, Donald Trump is a hell too. You understand that? And they're sweeping that under the rug. And Donald Trump is not the worst president that this place has ever seen. Remember, George Washington owned slaves. Thomas Jefferson owned slaves. They were all racist. You cannot have America without racism. So don't tell me there's another way. If somebody murdered my brother, and then I go around and join hands with that murderer, I don't love my brother. When I want justice for the murderer of my brother, I hate that murderer. But guess what? That is a perfect love for my brother. Well, you know what? I'm not trained or raised as an individual. I understand something that America tried to strip from my people, that every black, Hispanic, Native Indian man, woman, and child is my brother, my sister, my aunt, my uncle, my responsibility. And if you harm one of them, it is like harming me. So as a result, we can never have peace. We can never be friends. And above all, it's not about if I hate you. God hates you. He says unity. Put the camera on this devil. He said unity. Unity. Who am I? I'm a prophet of the Almighty God, of the one true living God of Israel. That's what the hell I am. And that's why I'm prophesying death and destruction on America. Straight up and down. And you know why? I will tell you why. I will tell you why. For the crimes that have been committed inside of America. For the murder of 77 million North American Indians. For the enslavement and death of 99 million so-called African Americans who died just crossing the Atlantic. For the 30 million Mexican Indians who were murdered by the conquistadors.
What about the non-Mexicans?
It's not about what I hate. God hates you and your descendants and your race for the crimes that you committed.
Hate is not the way.
Straight up and down. And the problem is,
Hate is not the way.
this that you're seeing is the ultimate love. We love black and Hispanic so much that we come out here and say, we deserve justice for the deaths of our brothers. We deserve justice for being a part of a system that has failed us. We deserve justice.
Absolutely.
And you know what? We will never get it from our oppressor. We will never get it from the descendants of the slave masters who have benefited off of our death. They live too deliciously. Why would they want to give up their power? Why would they want to relinquish it onto some poor niggas and spicks in the ghetto? You understand that? Listen, Mr. White Man, if I was you, I wouldn't want to listen to me either. You understand that? What the hell do we know? I know something that is extremely powerful and important. I know the Word of God. You understand that? You want to know what I understand? I understand that black and Hispanics are the greatest people on the face of the earth. Black and Hispanics are more than illegal immigrants. Black and Hispanics are greater than every race of people on the planet. And that's why y'all can't compete with us on no level. You understand that? That's why a white man needs to shoot a damn needle in his ass to run as fast as us. And you still can't keep up with Usain Bolt. You still can't keep up with Iron Mike, with Floyd Mayweather, with Oscar De La Hoya.
You don't give anybody a chance to...
Let me tell you something, Mr. White War veteran. Let me tell you something. Let me help you out with something. You see this? This right here, this is the Black and Hispanic Power Hour. We come out here for a few hours on Saturday to talk about Black and Hispanic history, to talk about Black and Hispanic glory. Go watch CNN. Go watch Bill O'Reilly and Fox News. He'll sit there and honor the veterans. Y'all don't even honor veterans. You look up what happened to the black men who came home from World War I. They in uniform. They were lynched in uniform. You don't care about black veterans. Black people gave their lives for America. Hispanic people gave their lives for America. And they don't give a damn about us. But let me tell you something. God cares about black and Hispanics. And justice will come to America. You want to hear love? You know what I want. Give me Revelations 13 and 9. Let me show you something in the New Testament. Let me show you something that white people don't want to hear. You want to know why? White people are over here and they're sitting there saying, these niggas and spicks are slaves. What are they doing speaking against Massa? What are they doing speaking up and bucking up against us? But here's the issue. We are free men. We are free black and Hispanics. And that's how we were raised under Commander General YAHANNA. Read what you got. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. Let me show you something beautiful inside this book. If any man have an ear, let him hear. If you got an ear, hear this. Listen good. You might learn something. Read. He that leadeth into captivity, he who leads into captivity. Now I'm going to give you a chance to see if you are an honest white man. I'm going to give you a chance. Let me see. Let me see. Who led black and Hispanics into captivity? Who?
Europeans.
He doesn't want to say the white man. Translation, so-called white people. You understand? White people led us into captivity. You were halfway honest. You understand? You wanted to sugarcoat it. It's all right, though, because we know the truth. He who leads into captivity. You led us into captivity. Guess what God has to say? What happens when you lead a race of people into captivity? Read. Shall go into captivity. Shall what? Shall go into captivity. You know what that is, ladies and gentlemen? It is justice. You want to talk about equality? How could we be equal when you never lived in a ghetto? When your ancestors were never lynched? How could we be equal when there were no laws made by black and Hispanics to gentrify your neighborhood? Where was the Jim Crow that was put on Europeans? Oh, you mean it didn't happen? He who leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Well, let me tell you something. This is what you should do. Go home. Do some jumping jacks, do some squats, get your lower back right. You got cotton to pick. That's right. You got sugar cane to cut. You understand that? Jesus Christ is a black man. And when he returns, you are going to call a nigger massa. You understand that? Read. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Nobody has killed or murdered more than the European, than the Caucasian, than the so-called white man. Nobody on the face of the earth has done such a thing. And as a result, you are going to be killed with the sword. Thermonuclear warfare is coming to the shores of America. You are going into the Third World War, and there is nothing that you can do to stop it. Thus saith the Lord. And you want to know why? Because it's the only way black and Hispanics will get out from oppression. It's the only way that we can stop being hunted in the streets, even by the same people who were sworn to protect us. You understand that? Each and every single one of these police departments, they all murder black and Hispanics. And they have a badge and they are permitted to get away with it. And we come out here to talk about the justice that we want for our people. And white people want to oppose it. You want to know why? Because you don't want that to come to fruition. You don't want to reap what you sow. You understand that? Well, you've been sowing a lot of murder. You've been sowing a lot of theft. You've been sowing a lot of wickedness. And as a result, you're going to reap that harvest. That's what you're going to do. You are going to reap the harvest of the judgment of the one true God of this universe. And guess what? There is good news if you're a black and Hispanic. We are his chosen people. And we have a chance to be redeemed. We have a chance to rule this planet again. We have a chance to escape this oppression. I mean, I just... you want it? Come on. Come on, Cap. Alright, no sweat. This brother's gonna bless the mic in a second. I'm waiting for him. But in the meantime, every time we come up here and they see free black men, you understand that? Free Hispanic men, they have an issue with it because they want us to what? Why are they mad at Kaepernick? You understand that? What was Kaepernick's protest about? It was about shedding awareness on the lack of justice for police brutality. It wasn't about the flag. It had nothing to do with the flag, but they put a spin on it and tried to make it seem as if he was disrespecting the flag, when the American flag is just as disrespectful as the Confederate flag. When the American flag was created, guess what? 1776, black and Hispanics were still enslaved. Straight up and down. That's what we gotta understand. So why are they mad at Kaepernick? Because they're mad at anybody speaking about the brutality against us. They're mad because realistically, they want us to sweep their streets and go home. They want us to fold their clothes and go home. They want us to build construction and resurrect all these areas and go home and die in silence. But we are not going to die in silence any longer, please.
And let me tell you something. Not only did they get mad at Kaepernick, you know, Kaepernick wasn't like us. We telling y'all to hate the white man. I'm telling you that I hate the white man. Did Kaepernick say he hate the white man? No. Kaepernick didn't say he hate the white man. All Kaepernick wanted was for justice for the dead black men at the hands of cops unjustly. Now, not only did he just take a knee, but for taking a knee and for standing for black people, they blackballed him out of the NFL. Why doesn't he play in the NFL? You telling me a Super Bowl? This is a quarterback that took his team to the Super Bowl. Only was 2 years removed, and he can't get a job, but Tim Tebow could get a job. And you know, Tim Tebow kneeled for abortion. Tim Tebow would not stand for the flag. He kneeled to be against abortion. He didn't get blackballed out the NFL. He wasn't told he couldn't play. But when you talk about black people problems, the one thing you could never make white people do, what Cutter's I said was heavy. You could never make, that homosexual Michael Jackson made a great song called Man in the Mirror. And the one thing you can't make white people do is look in the mirror. When you start talking about black people, white cops killing black people, they can't look in the mirror. When you talk about Osama though, they'll say, yeah, killed them Arabs. Do y'all know Osama did not fly one plane? No. Osama didn't fly a plane. Osama didn't do nothing. All he did was so-called orchestrate 9/11, right? And in the name of Osama doing that, they killed millions of Arabs for that. They killed innocent men, women, and children in the name of 9/11. Where was the love then? This white boy said, we can't do hate. Hate's not the way. Where was the love for the Arabs? When the towers fell down, where was the love for the Arabs? Where was the rallies against President Bush to not kill the Arabs? There was no rally. You know what the rally was for? For them to kill them. You know what the rally was for? Never forget. They just passed September 11th. They just celebrated that, you know. They just celebrated September 11th, over 3,000 people dying. 99 million black men and women died at the hands of the white man. But they tell you to forget that every year. Anytime you try to bring up slavery, anytime you try to bring up the white man crimes, they tell you to forget, don't they? Bring up the Holocaust. Say something against the Holocaust. Who cares about a goddamn Holocaust? That's white on white crime. But you bring up the Holocaust, they will shut you down, they will fire you. I always bring up this simple analogy. The Locks, Puff Daddy had a song called All About the Benjamins. Who know that song?
Yeah, everyone.
There's a verse Jadakiss said, should do what we do, stack chips like who? Like Hebrews, right? Y'all know they edit the word Hebrew out. That's not even a cuss word. But because you're speaking against the Jewish man, they will shut you down. Because you know what? The Holocaust matters. They have a memorial every year. What's the memorial for slaves?
Black Lives Matter.
What's the memorial for the Native Indians? This concrete that we walking on was once fertile with soil, with trees that grew, with trees that would grow and span all of North America. And the North Americans reap the benefits of the land. The Mexicans reap the benefits of the land. You know why you see the way the land looks now? Thanks to the white boy. Thanks to white America. And we gotta love that. How much love do we have to give to the so-called white man? How much? And when we give all our love to them, you know why we have black on black crime? Because we love the white man. If we did not love the white man, we would not have black on black crime. You want the proof? What you love, whatever you love, you're gonna love what they love. And you're gonna hate what they hate. The white man has shown that he's hated us, and the greatest example he gave was Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King would be the guy he would love.
Absolutely.
You know why? Because Martin Luther King said, no matter what the white man do to you, love him. No matter what the white man do, he sick dogs on you, love him. He beat you, love him. He lock you up, love him. What did they reward Martin Luther King for with that? What was Martin Luther King's reward for loving the white man? What was his reward? They killed that nigga. They killed Martin Luther King for giving the white man love. What does that teach you? That there ain't no getting along with somebody that hates you. There ain't no getting along with a murderer. That's what he would prefer. And then they would continue to line us up. But let me tell you something, black man. The days of loving white people is over. Donald Trump being in office was the greatest thing that could happen to black people. Let me tell you why? Well, two things. Before Donald Trump got in office, Obama getting in office was also the greatest thing for black people. Because before Obama got in office, what did they call him? They called him Jesus Christ, damn near. They called Obama the savior for black people. When Barack Obama got in office, what did he do for black people? Tell me. Somebody tell me. They usually tell me he gave us health care and kind of stuff. Like we ain't have health care before that. I had health care before Obama got in office. You know what Obama did? Obama made sure black men could become homosexual. Obama made sure black women could continue aborting their babies. Y'all know we #1 in abortion? We 12% of the population, but we #1 in abortion. Blacks and Hispanic. The black woman is #1, the Hispanic woman is #2 in abortion. And Obama made sure we could do that. So we found out very quickly that Barack Obama wasn't for us. So then you got Donald Trump. What was Donald Trump's mantra the whole time? Make America great again. Donald Trump the whole time said, make America great again. Do y'all realize what that statement meant when he said, make America great again? You know what Donald Trump was thinking about when America was great? When you was in chains, when you was enslaved, when Jim Crow was allowed to prosper to the extent of us being #1 in jail. And you know what the white man and white woman did? Made sure they got elected. Do you know what? Let me tell you something. The white woman loved Donald Trump. Don't ever think the white woman don't. Y'all know Donald Trump said grab him by the vagina, right? Now when he said grab him by the vagina, everybody thought that was going to mean Donald Trump not getting in office. You know more white women voted for Trump than didn't? Over 50% of white women voted for Donald Trump. You know why? Because making America great meant something to white women. Making black people great should mean something to black women. And it should mean something to black men. And don't let the word hate fool you. Don't feel bad when we say you gotta hate. Give me Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. There's a time. There's a time for everything. There's a time, and I'm going to read it for you so you can Ecclesiastes in your book. I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to show you that God hates the white man. That's the most, let me tell you something. I couldn't hate the white man if God did. Understand that. If God loved the white man, you know what I would have to do? I'd have to love the white man. I wouldn't have no choice because I love the Most High. And if you love the Most High, you keep his commandments. So if God loves something, I gotta love it. So I got to love my brothers. The reason why we come out on this street corner is because we love y'all. Because we love you brothers and sisters, we come on this corner and give you a solution to fix the problems that plague the ghetto. The problems that plague the ghetto are the most important thing on the planet. So we have to face everything that destroyed the ghetto. When you go before civil rights came in 1964. Before 1964, you know who was #1 in marriages? Black men and black women. Black men and black women were the most married couple in America. And when you have a married couple, that means the children that they have are going to see a mother and father together. Do you know what it's like for a son to see the interaction between his mother and father? That's how he learns his relationship. For a daughter to see how her mother treats her husband, treats her father rather, that's how she learns her relationship. Now, you destroy the black household. Now all you seeing is a child seeing single parents raise their kids. So they don't know how to have relationships. So what does that single parent create? More single parents. More single parents. And so now you have children that never saw a structured household try to have a structured household. That's how our houses become destroyed. So what destroyed that household? The white man destroyed that.
Why did I
Civil rights destroyed that.
Why did I grow up
Everything destroyed that. You got Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter? Read Ecclesiastes 3 and 1.
Hate is not the way. You're ignorant.
Read 3 and 1.
Hate is not the way.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven.
It says to everything there's a season. I think verse 8 is the verse that I want. To everything there's a time and everything there's a season. I mean, there's a time for everything. You got verse 8? Read that, please.
A time to love.
A time to what?
A time to love.
There's a time to love. And I definitely, blacks and Hispanics, I definitely want y'all to love each other. We don't love the white man enough. If we ain't loving the white man, we loving the goddamn Arabs. Or we thinking we African, loving some goddamn Africans. Ain't we tired of loving everybody else that hates us? Y'all know the Africans got a term, they call y'all a kata. A kata is the word for nigger in African lingo. The Arabs don't love you. What have the Arabs done? And listen, the 3 main people that we love, the whites, the Africans, the Arabs, all played a role in our slavery. The Africans, the ones that caught us, the Arabs, the ones that built the ships, and the white man brought us over here on the boats. And those are the 3 people that we love, instead of loving each other. Now it says there's a time to love, read.
And a time to hate.
And a what?
A time to hate.
What?
A time to hate.
It's God's word.
I mean, listen, man. Christianity is a hell of a drug, man.
Body bag.
Nobody tell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it works out.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, so packs I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues, call this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain. Something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord? Got a tongue like a 2-edged sword.